It's Week 18 of the
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And his first pass is incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He has been nearly impossible to throw on all year long. If it was me, I'd say he could go ahead and book that trip to the NFL Awards show in February. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year, I think. What do you think?
I would agree with you, and the reason why, because he takes the ball away, because he gets to the football. The only way a defensive back ever wins this award is because they have a number of interceptions, takeaways, knockdowns, all of that. Add it all together, he's created a lot of big plays.
So now here are the Dolphins getting set for their first drive. And they'll be piloted by their veteran quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Ryan Tannehill.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
Yeah, hoping to get rid of that interception bug. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. To throw is Tannehill. Bind, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
Leveraged up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tannehill now to throw. That one to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. Now Jackson on first down. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. Nine yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. We're down to the 41. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
After the sack on first down, Tannehill escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Eluding and he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Tannehill. Dancing to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. Hunt will try going up the middle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. They'll try and run for it. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
Tannehill's throw complete here to Kmet. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They run again with Hunt. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Dolphins at 11-5 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Tannehill. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. And he wisely will throw that one away. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this had trouble written all over it from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
There's the versatile back, Kareem Hunt, getting set with the rest of this offense for the next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. To throw again on second down. Tannehill. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. The kick by Sanders is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Second down at 4. Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that'll bring them back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Off play action, Tannehill. Sliding out of the pocket. And going deep for Hill. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that,
oftentimes interceptions result.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Jackson to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. Jackson will throw again. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Bradley Chubb from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. Well, this offense has already been forced to settle for field goals on their drives earlier, so this is not a welcome sign here.
Indeed, it is not, and they certainly hope it's not a sign for the entire game because they know they've got to be able to sustain drives all the way through. Pick up those guys rushing the quarterback and give himself a chance.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Jackson from the shotgun. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw pulled in by Schwartz. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Tannehill. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Odafe Owe. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. A carry here for Hunt. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the second quarter. Michael Thomas, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Deontay Hardy, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Christian Watson, a touchdown reception. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it? Or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And, Charles, they got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. Swings this out for Hunt. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Holding offense.
Hey, we're going to do what we do.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Throwing quickly to Wilson. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Tannehill's throw caught by his receiver Hill. Down the right sideline. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position. And that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the numbers here don't lie. According to the Next Gen stats, he topped out at an even 22 miles an hour. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer, because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on, because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Jackson now. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Dolphin football. He had the touchdown pass on that previous drive, number 25 for him on the year. And he'll look to keep it rolling, 1st down. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Tannehill. Quick slant. Tyreek Hill with it. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll run with Hunt. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. 57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. On 2nd and 9. Tannehill. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. On third down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Play action. It's Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Miami. This is brought in at the 21. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Jackson looking to throw on third. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
The quick feet by Jackson. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Emmanuel Ogbah able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3rd and goal, Jackson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Holding, offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw, Tannehill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Got his man there. It's Wallace. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, he's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On third and short, they'll try option left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Off play action, Tannehill. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Odafe Owe getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. Flushed out right, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. This offense so far on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Right back to him on 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. This is Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Tackle there by Michael Pierce. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Hunt. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On the run, this is Hunt. And a solid run down inside the 30. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tannehill. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Tannehill to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins.
Charles, for this losing side, they're